my 7th video. As we in the 6th video we have learned the poetic devices, certain poetic devices. Now in this video we are going to start the first lesson of literature that we have, which is a poem, Pirate Story. Now the unit is based on adventure, and here in this poem we will see how children while playing find adventure in their games. Like when we go through the poem, we see that it's just a simple children game that they are playing and having fun, but how they are through their imagination trying to experience adventure. And that's what we will learn, that in simple things also we can through our imaginations we can have adventurous experience. Now the poem, a pirate story. Before starting, of course, I'd like to know what is the meaning of pirate from you all, and of course not possible to get the answer. Pirate means the robbers who rob big ships and vessels that sail on oceans and seas. So they are, I think you all have heard this term before, and the very famous movie, the Hollywood movie we have, Pirates of Caribbean, which is a very famous one, and I believe you children must have heard the name. So there, that's what it means. That is the robbers who rob big ships and vessels on oceans or seas. These ships and vessels usually carry some products, and they rob them and rob all the products or the things that are carried through these ships and vessels and loot them. So that is what it means. Now let us see how these children are playing this game and how they are making it adventurous. I'll show you the poem here. Pirate Story. Let me recite for you first, then we will be seeing line to line the explanation of it. 3 of us afloat in the meadow by the swing, 3 of us abroad in the basket on the lee. Winds are in the air, they are blowing in the spring, and waves are on the meadow like the waves there are at sea. Where shall we adventure today that we are afloat, weary of the weather and steering by a star? Shall it be to Africa, a steering of the boat, to Providence or Babylon, or off to Malabar? Hi, but here's a squadron rowing on the sea, cattle on the meadow, charging with a roar. Quick, and we will escape them. They are as mad as they can be. The wicket is the harbor, and the garden is the shore. So what we see here, the rhythm of the poem goes very smoothly, and also we find that the way it is written, it makes us feel as if we are going through that adventure. The kind of adventure and the kind of excitement the children are having here, the 3 of them. The first line only tells us that there are 3 kids playing in a garden. That's meadow, means a wide field kind of garden, a big garden. There they are playing and swinging in a swing, but that their imagination is making them feel as if they are pirates and they are afloat on the sea. 3 of us abroad in the basket on the lee. Lee means a grassy land. So 3 of them in the basket on the lee. This basket here means they are on a boat. On the lee here is actually grassy land, which they are using here to show as if it is a sea, comparing it to making it rhyme with the next line and the last line, sea. and waves are on the meadow like the waves there are at sea. So what we see, they are making a comparison here, which is very direct comparison, and in our previous video we did metaphor. So what we find, it's a kind of metaphor. They are comparing their swing with the boat, they are comparing the meadow with the sea, and they are comparing that swinging on the swing to be their boat which is sailing on the sea. Winds are in the air, they are blowing in the spring, and waves are on the meadow like the waves there are at sea. So the waves means that wind which is blowing, they are comparing it with the waves that is there on the sea. Next stanza we see that they are little confused which way they should take their boat towards, means which place they should be going towards. Where shall we adventure today that we are afloat? Afloat means floating on the on water, floating on sea. Weary of the weather and steering by a star. Now that's what they are talking to each other, that where shall we adventure, where shall we move to in their journey on the sea, which is an imaginative, of course. They are thinking which way to go. Weary of the weather. So two things they need to be careful. One is the weather. When we have a journey through water, we need to be careful about the weather and also about the direction which is shown by a star. So they are thinking about it. Weary means to be careful. Wary of the weather and steering by a star means the star, steering by a star means moving towards the direction, seeing the star. The direction is shown by a star in the sky. Shall it be to Africa? So they are confused which place they should be going. They should go to Africa. Steering of the boat, they should move towards Africa, or they should go to Providence or Babylon or off to Malabar. So many places, all of course is all imaginative. It cannot be real, of course. So they are all in their imagination, having good time. Let us see what the poet wants to say in the last stanza here. Hi, but here's a squadron rowing on the sea. Now, squadron are the group of aircrafts or ships which are of course loaded with soldiers and a captain, and they are there to protect the big ships and vessels. So here what we see, they become little scared that how we going to move on. The squadron is also there on the sea, and what actually the squadron are? The cattle on the meadow. The cattle which are grazing in the meadow, in the pasture, they are grazing, eating grasses. They are comparing this cattle on the meadow with the squadron. Means for them the cattle is the squadron charging with a roar. Means they are scared of the cattle moving towards them, which is a cattle means of course can be a group of cows, herd of cows, or herd of buffaloes, or herd of goat. So that's what they are all coming together charging with a roar. So this roar actually is they are comparing with rowing on the sea. So we see that comparison is being made here, which is a metaphor again. Cattle is compared with the squadron. Means they are taking cattle to be the squadrons which are charging towards them. Means now they need to be careful because this squadron in the form of cattle can attack them. Quick, and we will escape them. Now they need to move from there because the cattle are moving towards them, which they are assuming to be squadron, and they want to escape now. They are as mad as they can be. Who are they here? In actual, if we see, they are the cattle, but in their imagination, they are those ships and aircrafts. Ships, of course, not aircrafts here. Ships which are having a good number of soldiers there, which come to save the big ships and the vessels carrying any products. So they need to be careful about them. They are as mad as they can be. The wicket is the harbor and the garden is the shore. So now they think of escaping from there. Escaping means coming to a place where they could be safe and they can save themselves from the attack of these squadrons. The wicket is the harbor and the garden is the shore. So they decide that they should move towards the harbor. What is harbor? The place where the ships are anchored. They are anchored and kept there. And garden is the shore. The shore is the land which is adjacent with the sea or the ocean. That is the end of the ocean, and the sea is attached with the land. That part is called the shore. So here throughout we see that the game that they are playing is of course very much adventurous, and while we go through it, we also feel that adventure, that such a simple thing they are playing, but how nicely these children are making their simple game into some adventure. So that's all about it. It's a nice poem, very simple. If you give a reading, you can easily understand the things expressed here. So before moving ahead with the question answers, I want you to at least learn the first two stanzas of this poem. And if you have a book, very nice. If you don't have a book, you can easily Google it out and find this poem from Google and write down the first two stanzas in your copy and learn them. Now moving on to the question answers. So let us now see the questions given here and just discuss them. First one, A. Answer these questions with reference to the context. Quick, and we will escape them. They are as mad as they can be. Now, this is an extract given from the poem. The first question we see here, who is we in this line? Of course, you all must be knowing. We here are the three children, the three kids that are playing in the meadow. Who are they trying to escape from? Now, who are they trying to escape from? They are trying to escape from the squadron. Where do they escape to? So where do they escape to? See here in the last stanza given here. They escaped towards the harbor, which is of course they consider the wicket to be the harbor and the garden in the garden to be the shore. So they escaped towards the harbor to the shore. Next questions, let us see. First one, what is the boat made of? What is the boat made of? Now we know that it's not an actual boat. It's just in their imagination. They are considering the swing to be the boat. So the boat is actually the swing. Which places does the poet refer to in the poem? So see here, you can see in the second stanza, the places are written. The places mentioned in the poem are Africa, Providence, Babylon, and Malabar. So these you'll mention in the answer. Which words in the poem tell us that the ride is not real? Now, we can easily make out that the ride is not real and it's all imaginative. In the first stanza itself it is given, 3 of us afloat in the meadow by the swing. This whole line is showing that it's not a real ride. Even if you see the last line of the first stanza, the waves are on the meadow like the waves there are at sea. This is also giving a clear hint that they are in the garden, in that field playing, and not on the sea. The waves are on the meadow like the waves there are at sea. And of course, if you go through the notes of the figure of speech, as I gave you, the use of like here in this fourth line of first stanza shows that it is an example of simile. The waves are on the meadow like the waves there are at sea. The waves, that is the blowing of the wind, is moving the trees and leaves. That is looking like the waves on the sea. So that's what you will mention here, these two first line and last line of first stanza. Let us see the next one. What is the harbor and what is the shore? Which part of the garden they consider to be the harbor and which is the shore for them? Here we see The wicket is the harbor and the garden is the shore. That's you'll mention in your answer. Nextly, you have to write down your answers. Fifth question. The children in the poem like to imagine things. Do you think it is a good quality to have? Now, of course, we know that children are very much imaginative and their imagination has no bound. So, I want you to write a small paragraph on imaginations in children. Give the heading Imagination in Children and write it in 80 words. That you will complete in your copy, this A and B in your English copy. Next we have in the next page we have the figure of speech, the poetic devices that we did in the previous video. In that one of the poetic device we learnt was alliteration. So here you will see alliteration, the repetition of first letter or the first sound of the closest words are repeated. Vary of the weather, that is one example of alliteration. Steering by a star, that SS sound and WW sound in the two pair are repeated. So that's what we call it, the example of alliteration. Now that is just for you to understand. Here you will see from A to C some words are given where which are alliteration. You have in pair they are given. You have to add the third word which will also have a same sound. Here are some pairs of words beginning with the same sound. Add another word to each pair to make meaningful phrases. Your word should begin with the same sound as the other two words. Like one wicket, that one is making the sound of W here. One, we know that. So as I said, letters are same. Sometimes the sound is same but letter is different. So here we see one, but we know that one, the sound when we pronounce one, the sound of W comes out. So that's what one wicket. The third word you will write down which should also have that same W sound. Too troublesome. Here T sound is repeated. The third you have to write down. Too troublesome. Toddlers, or any kind of word that come in your mind, you can write here. 3 thankful. 4 fantastic, that is FF sound. So the third word will also begin with F. So that's what you have to complete in your copy. Exercise questions under A and B in the previous page, and this question 2 which is related with alliteration. That's all for today. See you soon in my next video. Take care and God bless you all.